What's going on, everyone? I have returned. I am back. I have returned from my slumber in my sarcophagus. I have to do it once per year. I need to reset. I need to recharge my abilities. Um yeah, I haven't been streaming for like 2 weeks because my back is just being very not good. Also, the bitrate's probably not great right now. My computer seems to be running really slow because I haven't used it in a while. I basically have not really used it that much within the last 2 weeks. It's gonna ruin my introduction or my re-entrance. I'm gonna have to like do it again because all the frames are gonna be cutting out. Oh my god. How? How is this happening? Why would it lower my internet speed? I don't understand. It's like everything is just isn't okay. Bitrate is green. Wait, now it's okay. It seems to have stabilized. I'm back. I have been streaming for a couple weeks because my back has been breaking down. Yes. I think this has happened for a combination of reasons. I think I probably injured my back a while ago and I thought it healed, but there's kind of been an instability that I've had to compensate for in my movements, and that compensation, as well as sitting in this chair for very long periods of time, I think has basically weakened the muscles of my lower back, which has now become like a problem. So I don't know how long I'm going to be able to sit in this chair today, but I was feeling good enough today to where I felt like I could at least do a short stream. I don't know if this is going to carry over into Wednesday or Thursday. This is something I'm going to have to like actually medically address. So, I'm achievement hunting, okay? Which is why I'm trying to encounter all these challenges. But no, it's like I haven't been able to really work on stuff because it's like the pain is like purely ergonomic. Like I can carry things around and I can move around. My mobility is great, but like if I sit in a chair for 5 minutes, I will die. I will explode. I will disintegrate. Um, However, that's gotten better. So now it's probably going to be like an hour and 30 minutes before I disintegrate. So that should be enough time to do something. Now, I could try and work on the chemistry engine. I have no idea. Now my brain is like completely fogged. I don't know where we are or what we're working on in terms of the chemistry engine. I'm trying to remember. I think the incandescence gradient here. Were we working on the thermal radiation stuff? I think we got into that a little bit. Yeah, but this like wasn't working last time. So I kind of left like an error for myself to deal with. I do want to see what we have so far though in the game. But yeah, I'm basically gonna try to ease back into streaming. So that is the plan. And I've returned. This is season 2. This is season 2 of PK421. Alright, we're gonna have higher budget, larger cast. Alright, we got new emotes. It's gonna be a larger cast. Hold on. See, this is the new emote we got. See, there's lore in this stream now. There's lore. Alright, what happens? What happens when we do things? Okay. And I forgot this is the loudest thing ever, so you know what? I'm prepared though. I've mentally prepared myself. I'm like a monk. It's really bad. Oh my god. It's still bad. I haven't done anything to fix it. It's still not good. And we're printing something right now. I think do I want to do an icon stream or do I want to do a programming stream? I guess I could do either. I guess since it's like my first stream in 2 weeks, and I'm kind of trying to ease back into it. I should probably do something that's easier. So I think we're going to make another icon. That's right. What icon should we make, though? That is the question. Oh, I was actually doing some drawing the other day with like shading and stuff like that because I can't really do anything on the computer. So I had to like figure out other hobbies to do. So I feel like my artistic eye might be enhanced today in terms of shading. But yeah, what icon do we want to make? Hmm. Last icon we made was this bone element icon, which looks pretty cool. I'm pretty happy with how this turned out. The only thing I might change is the contrast. What's up, Cricket? Bust some ass? I will. I will indeed do that. I think the frost icon, I like the shape of the frost icon right now. Again, this might need a little more contrast though, or maybe not. It would be helpful to see what it looks like in the upgrade menu. Okay, what would be a cool icon to work on? We could do another element, I suppose. I do like how the water icon looks. I think I'll just have to polish it up a little bit, as in like make some of the highlights less severe, I guess. I could make like another body part icon. Maybe I could make an icon for the grappling tongue upgrade. What would I do for that though? Yeah, I can already feel my back is starting to get sore. It's fine, we have enough time. I'm calculating the amount of time I have. Approximately 45 minutes. Maybe I could like not lean back, which ironically actually kind of helps. Then like it kind of messes up the camera angle. That's fine. That's okay. This is an experimental stream. The toxin icon looks really cool. I think I might have to reduce the fog on the sides here. I don't know if that was a good choice or not. We have these scales. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the icon is going to be. We already have a fire element. Okay, what other elements do we want in the game? Maybe I could just start from there. I mean, I could do the grappling tongue upgrade. You know what? Why not? Let's do that. Might be a little more difficult than just like an element. But I think I'm ready. I'm ready to take on the challenge. Let's use the bone A-sprite file as like a template, I guess. Should I just call it grappling tongue? Yes. How am I naming assets again? Oh my god, I'm gonna be forgetting like all the most basic things now, because I haven't been doing anything for 2 weeks, and my brain is just... My brain was basically like, had like a neutron star's worth of information crammed into it that was just like useless syntax stuff. And now, because I haven't streamed in 2 weeks, all of that information has exploded out of my brain, and I'm gonna be forgetting. There's gonna be like little holes in my knowledge now. I am back, Age. What's up? Yeah, it's probably gonna be a shorter stream because I'm trying to ease back into the streaming. Because the back pain I'm having is not completely receded yet. But I am feeling good enough to do a stream. So here we are. Yeah, and I'm trying to think about what I want to do for the grappling tongue upgrade. Like if I want to actually show a picture of it grabbing something, but what would it be grabbing? I don't know. A wall, maybe? A rock? All right, Gage. Um. Oh. Oh wow. Hmm. I feel like I want to employ perspective in this. Um. What would it be grabbing? Damn it. A rock. Grab a rock. We do we do a lot of rock related things in this game. We don't have a stone element icon yet. There is that. Although let's commit. Let's commit to the grappling tongue upgrade. Yes, I don't know if it's necessary to actually show the grappling tongue grappling onto something. Um it would probably be helpful. Maybe it can be grabbing like an apple or something. We need to make the apple element. When do we get to that step? There needs to be an element for literally everything ever in the real world. Yeah, I guess it could be grabbing like what's something you would grab in game? What would be useful to grab? A wall, but that's going to be kind of difficult because I'm going to have to like make that basically cut off on the corners, but I could do it. Um but the thing it's grabbing can't take up too much space, otherwise that's going to sort of become the visual focus. So I think I will have it grabbing like a small object. But what would the object be? Gold? The dragon could be stealing gold. Also, how do we want the grappling to be visually represented in terms of like how it actually works mechanically? Like, do I want it to wrap around? Do I want it to be like kind of adhesive? Or I guess in real life, lizard tongues are kind of adhesive. I don't have to explain it. It would be simpler though if it didn't wrap around whatever it was grabbing. Shield. It could be grabbing a shield, maybe. It's difficult because I do want it to be grabbing something, but I don't want the thing it's grabbing to be too distinctive itself. Because then it's gonna confuse the message of the icon. So maybe if there's something like a rock, grabbing something like a rock, which could be more generic, might help. Um, I suppose if grappling is in the name, the player will probably know that it's going to grapple onto things. Hmm. Yeah, I guess we'll make an apple. Let me get the perspective down really quick. I think I want the tongue to be coming from up here. I don't know if we can really get it to look good without using a 45-degree angle like that. I think we will risk it because I think it'll look better. Also, how do we actually want the perspective to work here? And do I want like the dragon's mouth? Probably that would probably help in terms of the visualization. That. Okay, erase. Erase part of this, please. Okay, that is a start. So the apple would probably be right about here. Yeah. I don't want to make it too red. I'm gonna have to make like a super realistic apple for it to not look like cartoonish. I'm gonna need to learn all the different color distributions within the apple, how it bounces the light off in certain ways. Let's do another 8-hour research stream right now. Okay, obviously we have to start with the divot at the bottom of the apple. Would this work? No, we're gonna keep going. Something like this, maybe? I don't want to make the apple too big. It also kind of has that on the top, though. What looks more apple-like? Also, I might want to like try and draw the apple at an angle. It look more visually interesting. Maybe I will try that. Okay. Yeah, I do want it to be touching the border of the image. We have to use as much resolution as we can. So maybe I'll move it down like this. We do want it to be centered as well, though. Does it have to be? I don't know. We'll see. I don't think I have to shift anything to make it like I don't think I have to redraw this line to make the apple be in the bottom right corner. Okay, it's going to be very low resolution, so I don't think we have to worry too much about like the details taking a really long time to make. Trying to remember how light works. Something like this. That's what I've heard. No, I'm not doing that right. Okay, we got to do the technique. Hold on. Advanced. Well, it's not perfectly spherical. The apple isn't. Okay, maybe instead of thinking of it as drawing like segments, I could start from like a radial point and think of it that way. I think it would also be helpful to start with a darker color. Turn this down. Yeah, okay. I think we want the highlight to be kind of like this. Like this. No. Like this. Okay, I think the first time was actually pretty good. Something like that. And then with the apple, it's like it's not completely round from the top down perspective. Um, it's kind of like it's almost more like pepper shaped to a certain extent. So I don't think it's gonna make a huge difference though in terms of the shading here. This is pretty low resolution, so let me just do something like this. I don't know if this is working. Oh no. If I move this highlight over here. Now it's too far to the upper right. Damn it. Wait, this might be it. This might be the way, the strategy. Oh my god, if I can just move it down a little bit, this would be good. Apples are also fairly shiny. Well, at least the ones that are, like, covered in... Is it true that they put wax on the outside of the apple to, like, make it shiny and nice? I don't know. I don't think apples necessarily have to have a clear specular highlight, though. Maybe we'll add one. Oh my god. I'm shading the thing wrong. That doesn't look bad, actually. Hold on. Kind of like that. This is kind of OP. It's time for green. It's time for green now. Where would the green go? Where do we put the green? Wait, no. At the top, it's like a different thing. It's like the thing, you know? It's like, the stem? I don't know. It's like it's where it disconnects. It's the outlet. It's the cord. The cord of the apple. It's the wick. That won't do. Hold on. Something like that, maybe? Okay, now the perspective is kind of making things difficult. Shoot. Very sad. That doesn't really work. Wait, we found the workaround. We did it. Although I might actually want the width of it to be 2 anyways, so never mind. Wait, hold on. Oh my god, no, it's too thick. Doesn't work. I feel like something like that might work better. Okay, let's go with this. It doesn't look as good up close, but once we're far away, I think it'll look maybe less bad, or not. It actually kind of looks better this way. Yeah, I kind of like that more. All right. Green. It's time for green at the bottom. They are green at the bottom, right? I don't know. That's a stylistic choice that I'm going to make. I'm making the choice. Unless it looks bad. We'll see. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about this. Okay, maybe not. Never mind. That might be all the apple we can do. Might be all the appling. Doesn't even look, well, I guess it looks kind of like an apple. If I hide the tongue, it's apple enough. Should I shift the hue? Maybe if I shift the hue, I can get it to look more apple-like. It doesn't look bad. I'm not saying it looks bad right now. It's just, I definitely feel like I could do more. Saturation, maybe? Lightness. Hue. Now it's orange. I don't want it to be orange. Make it like purely red. Maybe even a little bit in the blue direction. I don't know. Okay, let's add a highlight. of the specular variety. If I even have enough space. Oh my god. I don't know that I do. I could do something like that, but that's a really small highlight. That's probably an improvement. Let me make the highlight a little more apparent. Something that doesn't look bad. Shoot. I think that has marginally improved it. Wait. I don't want to add another step here. Yeah. Okay. It's become more apple-like by doing this, I think. Oh, that definitely does look more like an apple. Okay, now for the actual tongue. This should be pretty easy. We just have to make it look like a tongue. Color palette for that is pretty simple. Pretty easy to do. Wait. Okay. We're not on the same layer. Must have been sampling all layers here. Okay, let's use the active layer. Contour tool might be better for this. What is the shortcut? Okay, D. Yeah, something like this. Wait, I'm trying to think about the perspective. Wouldn't the lighting be more like... It would be very slightly off to the right. That's probably fine. We only have so much resolution to work with, so... Crap. Do you like have to compensate in the saturation when you lower the brightness? I don't know. I don't know if that's like how light works in real life. Because I feel like when I just lower the brightness, it doesn't really look right. I mean, it looks fine here. But I don't know if that's actually how it works. Okay, contrast. Add contrast, please. Maximum contrast. It's too much. Too much contrast. Okay, I don't know if I like this. Maybe I'll keep it like this. No, we need something. We need something here. Oh my god. Okay, what do we want to do? We want to make the dark color darker. We want to make the light color lighter. Am I doing it right? I don't know if I'm doing this right. Okay. I don't know. Contrast again, maybe? Maybe I just add not so much contrast. Maybe just a little bit more. Okay, that might actually have done it. We'll see. We'll see. Let's make the dragon's face. So I kind of haven't... It's been a while since I drew dragon's face. I'm trying to remember what that looks like. Also, should I make like a blue dragon or a green dragon? What about a green dragon for this one? I think that'd be kind of cool. Green. It's time for green. And do I want the tongue to just be like coming out of the mouth, like with the mouth open a little bit, or do I want the mouth to be open all the way? Maybe somewhere in between, actually. I don't know if I'm doing the perspective right here. Oh my god. Oh my god. Something like this might be fine. Yeah. I feel like that could work. For active layer, is it able to go past the borders on the edge? Or, oh, is the tolerance too low? The hell? Why? Why is it not working? That doesn't do it either. Simple ink. Alpha compositing. Okay. We're gonna use simple ink. Refer active layer. Stop at grid. I'm using 4 connected. Wait. Okay. I knew this was happening. Oh. Oh, I see the problem. Probably makes more sense to move it down a layer. Yeah, we do kind of have to make it more recognizable as a mouth, or as recognizable as possible. Okay, I should be able to shift it over 2 if I want to center the icon. I kind of need to make the rest of the mouth. Copy this color. We'll probably add a little more saturation too. Hmm. And I keep thinking like, oh, I need to make sure I add the tongue to the mouth, but then I realize. Alright, so this side is going to be darker. And we kind of want it to get darker as it approaches the mouth. Okay, we need teeth. The teeth are really going to help indicate that it's part of the mouth. So I'm locating tooth color. Somewhere around here. Trying to find something that works here. Crap, I'm not using layers for this. It's making it more difficult. Okay, well maybe the fangs should not be this big. Maybe they should be like that? I don't know. Let's try it. Okay. Doesn't really work. Maybe. Perhaps. Yeah, we do want some of the teeth to be in front of the tongue. This is why it's more difficult than, like, an element. Making, like, an element icon. Because with an element icon, you figure out... It's usually, you know, a homogeneous sort of thing. Like, the bone element icon was all just, you know, a big pile of bone. With this, I have to figure out how to, like... I have to come up with different techniques for each part of it. It takes a little more time. Yeah, fortunately, it's pretty low resolution, so that already kind of looks like a mouth. So I want to shift everything over 2 pixels. However, I don't know at that point if I should continue this outward or not. I don't know if it's necessary. I did something like this. Okay, I don't know about that. So we already kind of have something here. We do have something. Indeed. Yeah, let me make the tongue cut off a bit sooner, maybe. Or maybe have it, like, gradually transition into mouth. Something like this. Okay, then we actually have to make it darker there. Did I not? Okay, whatever. As long as it kinda works, and add some shading to the teeth where we can. Something like that, maybe. Helps the look a little bit. Yeah, so I suppose this kind of works. I don't know if I want to draw like the neck for the dragon or anything like that. Should add highlights to the tongue, maybe? Sure. That has done something, I think. Okay, I do want to make... I've decided I want to make the apple shiny. So there. It's now shiny. This is definitely starting to look better. I think it is conveying what I want it to convey. For the most part. Well, I'm trying to think about like the secondary icons and stuff like that, if we're going to need those here, and if it might cover things up. I'm not sure. I could flip it if that's the case. Because usually those are like, what, here and here, or they flipped the other way? I'm not sure. We won't have them for this upgrade, though, probably. Unless we want to make like an upgrade to the grappling tongue itself. Something that improves it. That should probably be done with nested upgrades. Versus just like, oh, this is specifically for the grappling tongue. Okay. Okay, maybe it would help to draw more of the mouth. I don't know. I don't know if I want to risk it. Honestly, this might be fine. Cool. Hopefully this is recognizable enough. I don't know. I do not know. Well, we've only been going for 43 minutes. Maybe I can make a stone element icon. I want to do something really cool for that, though. I don't know if I have enough time. Is there like a really simple icon I could make? Maybe, remake some of these old ones? Shield icon. Shield icon probably take a little while as well. Up arrows. I could like kind of remake some of these with the new art style in mind. It'd be kind of cool. This one's already 32 by 32. Okay, the wing is going to take forever to make, so we're not going to do that right now. Definitely not the head. The head is going to take also a very long time. Hmm. So yeah, is there any icon I can make that's like in the art style of the game? I feel like that would be an enjoyable exercise. We don't have a mana icon yet. Hmm. That would take a while though. I don't know if I want to do that. Also, what would a mana icon look like? I don't know. I feel like it would make more sense for the mana to be in a container or something like that. I should have looked up mana. I got like a band. Got results for some band. Yeah, it kind of just looks like water. Dang. Yeah, some of these literally just look like water in a bottle. Um, we're gonna hold off on that. Maybe I will make the up arrow icon again. Yeah, sure. Let me do that. What was it called? Was it just called up arrow? Here it's called up arrows. Am I actually gonna use this? Probably. I still think the secondary and tertiary icons are gonna be helpful. Although the more I rely on that, the more repetitive the upgrade icons are going to be. Even though they'll be visually distinguished, you're still going to see a lot of the same base icons. So, I don't know, maybe I should reconsider how I'm doing that, but there's going to be so many upgrades in the game where I don't know if I want to, do that for every single one. Maybe if there's some way where you don't just take the upgrade directly out of the upgrade tree, but you can like augment it directly or something like that, or there's like variations you can use. Um, So like you could just get the base mana attribute and then you could like select a variant from like a drop down and it has like that's where you'll see all the other different icons. Something like that could work. In either case, we would still have use for those secondary icons. So this up arrow thing is meant to represent like an increase in value. That's what this is supposed to be. However, it'd be kind of cool if you could have like one arrow, two arrows, and then three arrows. For three arrows increases it the most. The problem is with actual increases, we usually allow the player to set the precise number through the UI. So again, we could try and incorporate the icons into it some way there. Um, Maybe it would just make more sense to use a single up arrow for that if we're just increasing the value, nothing else. An addition icon? No, probably not a plus icon. I don't think that would work. What could I do? Honestly, I think the up arrow might be the best symbol for that. I don't know if I want this many though. For some reason, this feels like it's easier to visually distinguish than just a single arrow. I don't know why. Or like it clicks better in my brain. Okay, I guess the question is, could I use a single arrow for this? Which would kind of just be like a triangle as our icon. Um, probably. Probably do that. Is this even an important decision? I think I really think we should go with the three arrows. I don't know why. I don't know what it is. Because there's gonna be other triangles in the UI. I don't want them to get confused or anything like that. We're gonna go with the three arrows. That's the plan. So do I already have the Sprite file for the old one? I don't even know if it's in this this folder. Well, it must be because I can see it here in the editor. I don't know if I made an Sprite file for it. I might have made this in paint.net. Unfortunately. Let me just use the yeah, I can use the bone icon again. Why not? What just happened? Am I accidentally deleting things? I think I was accidentally deleting things before. Or not? I think Control D was just deleting things. Oh no. Um Okay, do I want to call this up arrows or increment? I think I'm gonna call it increment. And we're going to try and do this now, kind of in the new art style of the game, so whatever that would entail. I kind of want to keep it green still, though. I don't know. Let's start by making the silhouette. And how tall would each one have to be? Is 32 divisible by 3? Oh my god, it's not. That's not good. That is very sad. How did I make this other one? Where'd it go? Oh, I see. They kind of share a border. I could do that. That's going to be too much. So it would kind of be like there. Okay, it's too tall. Would this work? No. Well, I know that if I make it shorter than this, it's not gonna fix it either. I don't think. Unless it does, okay. We found the magic number. I think we only have to start with one of these. Is the proportion here good? I don't know. If I reduce the width a little bit. Okay, I think that actually helps. Indeed. How did... Wait, what just happened? How did that... What the hell? Why is this... Why are these two wider? How did that happen? Try that again. Oh, probably with the way I was pasting it. That's probably how. Wait, does that mean this just can't work? Okay, that's cool. Fantastic. I mean, they can be separated. That's probably fine. Especially now that we have more resolution to work with. What about this part? That probably looks fine also. Yeah, I mean, I think it'll get the job done. Okay, now we gotta figure out, now that we have, like, the shape of it, we gotta figure out how we want to stylize it, so. What to do? Honestly, maybe just something like this. Perhaps. Then if I have 3 of those, how does that look? Don't know. I don't know about this. And now I kind of want the full width back. Maybe I'll add just 1 row of pixels. How does that look? 1 column of pixels per side, horizontally. I think we need an intermediate shade in the middle. That's what this is missing. And I do only have to do 1 at a time, so I gotta remember that. I don't want it to look too complicated. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Something like this, maybe? I don't know. Maybe. I also gotta decide, like, do I want any weathering anywhere? Do I want to bevel the edges again? Which I suppose I do. Suppose I could do that. So let me use a darker shade here. For this one, it's going to be a little bit lighter. And here I think it would actually be brighter. So we reduce the brightness for the whole thing. Oh my god. They're still here. Possible Bane Evader. Are they using the same IPs? Well. What? And I kind of want to try and bevel these as well. But how? How should I do it? I guess it would make the most sense to, like, bevel them from the inside. Never mind. I'm gonna do it the other way now. Okay, does this look cool? Looks cool enough, I think. Do I want to add any, like, weathering to it? I could. I could do that. You also got to think about the coloration for it. Like, do we want it to be green? Hue and saturation. My favorite words. Maybe if I make it slightly blue, or something. You know? That's teal. I think that's too much. Maybe that. And I want it to look shiny. That's another thing. How do I do this? That's the same as using contrast. Maybe something like this. Maybe it's like every other color except for the brightest highlights need to be darker? I don't know. Is that it? I don't know if this is the way. Trying to keep the highlights too. Another thing. Yeah, now it's too dark in the center. What the hell? Maybe we'll try something like this. That's not actually where the specular highlight would be, also. I think it would be, the light is coming from the top right. The view is right there. It would be like, maybe on this face. This face would be the brightest. My calculations are correct. If I did my calculating. What if I try to add a highlight here? Maybe? It would be nice if this could just look good. That would be helpful. What if I kind of break it up a little bit? Break up the highlight? Okay, that's too much. We're gonna do it. We need to take away a large section. No. I actually think we do want to keep a little bit of, whatever this is, because it adds a bit of stylization. Yeah, because with metal, it's like, it's reflective, right? So maybe this will look good somehow. Because metal is metallic. Okay, what if we repeated this now? What if we repeated it? I actually like that. That's pretty good. Let me try something. Hold on. I don't know if that's necessarily better or worse. What if we turn down the saturation? Blue? What if we made it blue? Green? Blue? Pink? I don't know. I think green is good. I think we're going to go with the green here. Should I add a drop shadow? Now, all of that kind of stuff can be done procedurally. This looks pretty good, though, I think. Definitely an improvement over whatever the hell this is. Never looking at it again. Never have to look at it ever again. Yeah, and I think it'll definitely work as like a visual indicator. Yeah. Okay, well, guys, we got 2 icons done today. Yeah, like I said, trying to ease back into the streaming. I'm going to end stream before I do too much damage to my back. It's an ongoing situation. Hopefully I can stream on Wednesday. Hopefully I'm feeling up to it on Wednesday. If not, I will make a post on the YouTube like I've been doing. But yeah, I'm going to call it for today. So thank you everyone who stopped in. Thank you Cricket. Thank you Gage. I will hopefully be live again on Wednesday. We'll see. Yeah, until then, take care. I will see you the next time I see you. This is season 2, okay? Season 2, it has to start somehow, okay? We can't just go straight into the middle, you know? So I gotta ease into it. All right. That's how it works. Those are the rules, okay? Take care, everyone. I will see you in the next one. All right, take care.